So this is, I believe, my 6th year of doing Freeplay Florida here, this time, in Lakeland, Florida, which is, about halfway between Orlando and Tampa. Used to be in Orlando. We moved about 2 years ago. This is our 2nd year here in Lakeland. Great arcade convention. I think this is still the biggest one in Florida. This is going to be my 5th time playing Master of Ceremonies, or MM, Monkey with a Microphone.
A microphone? With a monkey!
So if you haven't done so already, join us today as we do just a little sport.
Porn!
We're staying here at the Hyatt Place in the parking lot of the RP Funding Center, which is both their basketball arena and their convention center. It's a very interesting city. Let me take a quick spin for you. Doesn't look like there's a whole lot going on here. But what you're not seeing is that if you go, 3 blocks that way, it's an actual city. It's an urban center. It's not as big as an Orlando or as a Tampa, but it's, I would say, size-wise, close to, let's say maybe a Albany, New York, give or take. A little less government, a little more industrial, but give you an idea as to the scope and scale of Lakeland. And today we are heading over here. Little glary. We're heading over here to the RP Funding Center for Freeplay Florida, and I'll tell you a little bit more about what that is once we get inside. So I figured the best place to start is probably here at the beginning, and in this case that would be the ticket line. It is about 3:30 on Friday, opening day, and as you can see there's already a line to get in. We open at 4 o'clock, so it's just going to get crazier from here. Right over here, a little Freeplay Florida merchandise. You see the hoodie that mannequin is wearing is the same hoodie that I'm wearing. That is last year's VIP hoodie. I am not a VIP. I am, as I pointed out, the monkey with the microphone. That's how I got mine. But they are for sale. I think we had a couple left over. Not a lot, though, as I understand. So if you have a VIP admission this year, you get one of these Freeplay Florida 2024 prints, which obviously is based off of the very popular 80s and 90s cartoon, The Silverhawks.
You, sir, are an idiot.
While this is not a cosplay convention per se, we usually get a few. With my badge for the weekend secured, okay, well that guy's taking his pants off. So with my badge for the weekend secured, walking into the Freeplay Florida game room, as you can see right here, we have Jason is right here. He is from Weekend Warrior.
What's up?
There's going to be a little thing right above here that has a link to it. Should I actually remember to do it this time?
I hope so, and I hope that you actually subscribe to my channel and others watching will subscribe to my channel as well.
Well, I am subscribed. I can't force other people to subscribe. I can just blackmail.
But you know what is really good and makes things simpler? Is that I have a QR code. So if you go over to the QR code, everyone can see all of my information.
All right, folks. Guilt trip from Jason right here.
You're welcome.
You lazy bastard. View from the stage here at Freeplay Florida. It's we're technically not open yet. They open the doors a little bit early, let people come in, give you an idea what we're talking about. As you scan around, there's more games. They're still coming in. Got a bunch of arcade games. You can see they're still dropping off a few over here. Mainly classic games. Got a lot of vendors that are selling some cool stuff. Got pinball over there. There's a pinball lounge on the back end of this. We've got a lot of new games that are being developed, being debuted here, and I believe we have some World War II era games that are coming in as well. So you're gonna kind of get a little bit of a behind the scenes today. Ladies and gentlemen, hello. Welcome to Freeplay Florida. My name is Ryan. I am your MM this evening. Monkey with a microphone.
A microphone? With a monkey!
I want to thank you all for being here so early for Freeplay Florida. I am looking around at some of our very, very impressive vendors this evening. Right in front of us, digital war paint. I almost said digital warriors, but somebody else. This kid just fell down. Digital war paint. Right over here, I see the lovely Monica wave to everyone, and by everyone I mean this kid that just fell down. Let's take a look at some of the vendors we got over here. Digital war paint, the art of Graven Ravenwolf. Here's Monica. Monica is one of the talented artists. Bird and Swirl. Swirl bird. There will be more birds and swirls.
I'm sure there will be.
And for those of you that have no clue what we're talking about, I'm going to keep it that way because that's just funny. So here's Mortal Kombat. Interestingly, we have the cast of Mortal Kombat will be joining us. Not right here. That would be weird. It's like wearing your own band T-shirt, and you know, you don't do that. It's a no-no. You know, you don't see Mickey Mouse walking around wearing a Mickey Mouse T-shirt because that'd just be weird. Right over here, Tony Temple, by the way. This is the man, the myth, the legend. Tony and I will be doing a little thing tomorrow that we call what did we come up with at the end? Because it's changed like 6 times.
Yeah, we came up with a scintillating title.
Yeah.
Freeplay Florida Pop Quiz.
Yeah, that's it just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it?
Yeah. I've probably got that wrong. I can't remember what it's called.
After the second time we switched it, I'm just referring to it as Tony and Ryan swinging by our fingernails.
Yeah, something like that. We have a loose plan, and we're going to follow it.
By the way, if, for those of you at home, Tony here has a world record under his belt. Would you tell people what that world record is and where they can read about that world record and many other scintillating stories?
I see what you've done there. Right. So I've got the honour of being the World Missile Command Champion. Which is a record I set in 2010. Still stands today, amazingly. And I wrote a book called Missile Commander, which documents not only the development of Missile Command, but also all the shenanigans around the battle for the high score and the sort of trials and tribulations of trying to get a world record.
Now, I don't know if you can tell by Tony's voice. Tony is obviously Italian, and from the accent we can tell he's British. But I'm guessing that even here in America, they can get a copy of your book online right now.
Yes, they can.
Where can they do that?
Amazon.com, or better still, if you want to buy it from my website, arcadeblogger.com. I will even sign it for you and stick it in a post.
That sounds like one heck of a deal right there. And later this weekend, we're going to go over and get you a good view of that book. Do you have a QR code perhaps? Or should we make a QR code, put it up on this video, and people could scan it to buy the book from your site?
That's a great idea, Ryan. I think we should.
We're going to do that.
Let's do that.
We're going to do that this weekend. This guy, he is either going to be very committed this weekend or very uncomfortable, and perhaps both. Now, when I mentioned earlier that these are generally classic video games, this is what I'm talking about. Donkey Kong Jr. This was one of the earlier games when I was a child. In fact, I had a little Donkey Kong Jr. arcade, the 1983 version of an emulator, which was basically an LCD moving up and down and making loud noises. Usually when the battery was dying, it would wake me up in the middle of the night and scare the hell out of me. This is the real one, not quite as frightening. Every year, this is one of the more popular pieces at Freeplay Florida. This is the Mold-O-Matics. These are the legitimate old-school Mold-O-Matics. If that looks very familiar, that is because, yes, they have been Disney used. And as you can see, this one has a turtle. This one over here has the moon landing. And as you can see over here, you have quite a few things. In fact, I believe I see Benjamin Franklin. I see Jack Kennedy. We have, I was going to say Elon Musk is strangely here. And you know, some of these are taking you all the way back to the 60s and perhaps even before that. Back here you have some games that aren't even really released yet to the public. These are games that are put together by independent developers who are showing off their wares either for the first time or pretty darn nearly the first time. And it's right over here on the side by the 4-player Pac-Man Versus machine. So you got the Legend, and you have the soon-to-be Legendary. As you can see, there's a lot of video games that are for sale this weekend. I'm seeing a lot of old school games: Genesis, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Game Boy, things like that. You can buy the system here too if you don't have the system already. It's really convenient if you think about it. These guys are stealing a table. These folks are playing Ripley's Believe It or Not. We actually have people who will believe it or not here this weekend, as I understand, but they won't be wearing their own shirts. This booth right here, as you can see, they make a lot of things 3D printed, I believe, for some of these things. They also have these tumblers for sale. They can actually custom make a tumbler for you. She custom made a tumbler for me last year. Some very cool stuff here. And actually, their displays are not for sale, but perhaps they should be, because those are pretty snazzy right there. And also, by the way, my son does a lot of 3D printing. I can tell you right now that making this thing had to be just absolutely awful. That had to suck right there. That right there, putting that together after printing it. That
you actually don't put it together, so it prints like that.
Really?
I'll show you. So on a tinier scale, when it prints like this.
Here you go, folks. We're showing you how the hot dogs are made.
And so later
Wow.
today, we'll actually have a printer here, so you can see it. But this is how it prints on the bed, and then when you take it off the bed, these pop in to their little places, so you can see the nubs on that one. And then here it is.
That is. How long does it take to make this compared to that?
Okay, that's like maybe 3 days.
That's a 3-day thing right there.
Yeah.
So this is like $7 then, right?
Absolutely. It's 5 feet long.
Oh my gosh. 5 feet of fun. That is just absolutely insane. How many rolls of filament go into this?
That's a question for my husband. As a woman, I'm willing to admit I don't have all the answers.
Okay, that's good. My son does this. I have no clue how this works. I just know that filament is not cheap.
Oh, it is not.
So swing by here today. It is Lilypad Creations.
$150 and that's yours.
$150. I mean, that's like 37 days worth of work right there, folks. I mean, you are getting one hell of a deal.
That's right.
I like this booth right here. Look at this. You got the Game Boy. You got the matte graining pieces. You got the 1990s era Rogue. It's Soundwave. I see Weird Al Yankovic UHF t-shirts over there. This is just absolutely incredible. Here's where the people who have rhythm hang out. Championship Link NBA Fast Break Pinball. This is very cool. So you can come out and you can challenge your friends or your family to a pinball fight or a fist fight. Whatever happens to float your boat. Year after year, this is one of my favorite areas of Freeplay Florida. These machines that you see right in front of us, these are all pre-World War II pinball and things like that. The pre-war playground, they call it, flipper machines. Handle machines with care, no children without adult supervision. These games are 80 to 90 years old. They are not toys, thank you. Now, I want to point out that you can play these. Just, don't be stupid about it. Got 1933 Airway right here. See the insides of it here a little bit. That's what makes it tick. Now, as the evening goes by, I'm seeing more and more of these pinball machines and these arcade machines pop up. I know they're bringing them in, I just don't actually see it happening. They just sort of materialize. Look at this. This is sort of like a precursor to an arcade one-up machine with all the different games on there. Not the same size. Little higher quality, perhaps. Over here, presented by the Tampa Arcade Club, you can see there's a whole bunch of console-type games and arcade games. You can come over here, and I see like Bubble Bobble being played. Right over here is Michael Jackson's Moonwalker. We got Astro City going on. We have Sorcerer Striker. Just a whole bunch of games that you probably know from the late 80s through mid to the late 90s, I'd say. You know, my era, as far as you know. Also, just a little bit behind the scenes, you can see over here, this is where some of the games are being fixed. There's always a staff of people who are well-versed at fixing these games that are here throughout the entire weekend to keep everything as operational as possible and available for all of you to come out here and play. Not doing it right now, but throughout the weekend we usually bring out guitars and drum kits, the kind you plug into a Nintendo Wii or some such. At previous Freeplay Floridas, we've always put Rock Band up there and had Rock Band contests throughout the weekend. I'm not sure how many of you remember Rock Band. It wasn't all that long ago, but long enough ago that I'm told some of the younger folks are not familiar with it. I haven't seen any of the Rock Band peripherals, the drum kit, the microphone, the guitar, or the other guitar that doubles as a bass. I haven't seen those yet, so I'm not sure if we're going to do it this weekend, but hopefully we will. I love me some Rock Band. The line certainly isn't settling down. As you can see, it just keeps going to get in. Joining us from the wonderful city of Atlanta, Coca Culture is here. First time at Freeplay Florida. Not the first time in Lakeland. In fact, I understand that Jess is a fan of Fred's Market, which I was very happy to hear is still around, because there was like 30 of those a couple years ago. They shut most of them down because they were too successful and couldn't keep up.
It's a terrible thing.
Absolutely, because we had some in Orlando and now we don't, and I don't like that. But first time here at Freeplay Florida. Gonna show them around, show them where the good stuff is, gonna show them what not to go anywhere near, and places that you may or may not get wet. This is the best part of Freeplay is running into old friends. Right here, Brody with Rich. Yes, sir. Dude, we have not done a video together since I want to say Strawberry Festival, like in February or March of this last year.
February 29th. Day was
That's right, yeah. But we were just talking.
Yeah.
We're going to do something in December. I can't say what it is yet, because it could completely change when it's something else. But hey, man,
I'm great, bro. Good to see you, man.
Your channel has actually grown considerably since the last time that I saw you.
It's because of you.
It is. It's because of the power of the T-shirt. I've never seen one of these before. Actually, this is actually making me kind of uncomfortable. But Rich, do you have T-shirts?
I don't.
Okay. You guys have T-shirts?
Yes.
Is my face on your T-shirts?
No, your face is not on
my face is not on their T-shirts.
My face is on one of them. Like our face is on one of them, but
So,
the others no face.
If you want to see this face on a T-shirt, this is probably and hopefully the only place you can get one.
That I know of.
That we know of.
Yeah.
And if they want your face on a T-shirt, well, you're just damn out of luck.
Yeah.
So, hey folks, you know what time it is. It's time for Random Crapathon. The Random Crapathon. I believe we're kind of running to the end of tonight's Random Crapathon, so we do have something special for the audience. Is that correct?
We do. Right over here. Come on up, sir.
For our last Random Crapathon of the evening, ladies and gentlemen, your name, sir? Gray. Gray, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Gray, who is bringing up some random crap for your amusement and purchasing.
Just starting day number 2 here at Freeplay Florida. It is Saturday. Things are starting, it's about 11 o'clock right now. We've been open for an hour. things are starting to get a little bit busier as time goes by. It's kind of funny, when I started doing this, there weren't a whole lot of vloggers that were covering the event. As you can see behind me, we certainly have picked up a few more people over the last couple of years, but this is a much busier day. There's a lot more going on. Let me show you some of the stuff that has appeared on the show floor since we were here yesterday. We've ended up picking up a few more games, which is good. Every year, this is a little bit of a thing where IAAPA, which is like the convention for theme parks and amusement parks and carnivals, comes through, and a lot of the people who have the games have their games over at IAAPA, so we have to wait for it to break before they can make it over here. But we picked up a few more, as you can see. A lot more people on the show floor today than there were, and it's only going to get busier as the day goes by. Right over here, we got the cast from Mortal Kombat. Well, not all of them, but a lot of them. Also, some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles stunt actors. This is the group from the original 1991 maybe version of TMNT. But these folks, Daniel Pasina, Carlos Casino, and Anthony Marquez, they are all here for the entire weekend. Some great guys, by the way. I've talked to them several times over the last couple of years. Good guys. They really do support the community. If you get a chance to stop by and say hi at any events that they're attending, definitely do so. I see they have defaced these Mortal Kombat machines. I'm sure the owner will be furious. As you can see, this area has gotten a lot busier since last night. This is both a tournament area and a swap meet area. You have picked up a cool shirt since I last saw you.
Absolutely.
What are we wearing today?
Well, you got to do TMNT Tiki.
I like it. So here are more of your table games. As you can see, we got quite a few things going on in here. High Noon. As you can see, we have some table games going back in this area. Lawman, which looks like it's sort of like a space outlaw type thing. We have High Noon, which is a non-space outlaw type thing. Back there is Aromas of Adventure. If that is the one I think it is, I believe they make candles that are themed to games. Absolutely looks like that is what is going on over here. I'm a candle fan. I might be back here later. I believe over here is the beginnings of the swap meet. They're supposed to be doing a swap meet today. This looks like that would be it. I see pieces and parts of arcade cabinets and pinball machines and things that I can't identify because, honestly, this is only my world in the peripheral. Panel number one for today, Ed Smith, built his own gaming system way back when. Tony Temple is interviewing him now.
But in your own mind, you already know what you can do. So yeah, it happened. They were not very favorable of what I was doing. In Brownsville, in Brooklyn, I grew up in an environment where if you wanted to get out, the mindset was you had to play ball right in those days. And I would paraphrase it, but basically what he said was, if you are born in an environment that is bad, you will go to bad schools. And if you go to bad schools, you'll get a bad education. If you get a bad education, you'll get a bad job. If you have a bad job, you end up right back in that bad place that you started.
One of the best parts about the panel room is the amount of variety that comes through there. There are video game panels going on today. There are YouTube panels going on today. There are business panels going on today. There are technological advancement panels going on. There's a little bit of something for everybody is really, I guess, what I'm getting at. Throughout the day, I'll stop over there, and I'm actually hosting a couple of the panels as well. And they're always they're always different because they never quite go the way that you think they're going to go to begin with, as is the case of most live events. But you know, the best laid plans change, and usually what actually comes out of those changes is better than what you had planned to begin with. So fingers crossed that will be the case today as well.
In the Central Florida area in Orlando at a Halloween party that we do. My name is Ken Ward. I run Cop Overdrive.
My name is Brother Keto. I also do some of the artwork for Uncock Overdrive, and I also help.
And he's also an independent game developer. And with us, the guys you're actually here to see. First up, Master Daniel Pasina. How you doing today, Daniel?
Good. Thanks for having us.
Of course, Daniel Pasina was in the original Mortal Kombat games as Sub-Zero, Scorpion, Johnny Cage, and I believe Reptile, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. And if you go in there, you can see him on the arcade cabinet there for Mortal Kombat. And right next to him is his brother, Carlos Pasina. How you doing today, Carlos? Hello, everyone. Carlos is, of course, the Thunder God Raiden. So if you got started Trouble Hill, that's what you do. And then at the far end of the table was my actual Mortal Kombat 2 main, Anthony Marquez. How you doing today, Anthony?
What's up? Are we live here?
Yeah, I think he There we go. He is Kung Lao, of course, the descendant of an ancient warrior Kung Lao who once defended Earth. So these guys were the characters in the original Mortal Kombat arcade games back in the day, historic games that changed the industry in a variety of ways. We're going to talk all about that. We're going to share stories of what it was like behind the scenes.
So those are the guys from Mortal Kombat. Big part of my middle school through high school years. And you know, I don't need to tell you if you were around during that period of the 90s, it was a big thing for America. It was definitely a little bit of a cultural sensation. And the first time that that level of, how do I put this, graphic choreography had made it to the mainstream. And obviously things have sort of evolved from there, but you know, good guys, very cool to see them again, and to have them kind of going into what made the game here. It's making me feel old. I don't need that. I can do that on my own.
A bajillion dollars on YouTube. It'll be that easy. If you want to know how to make a bajillion dollars on YouTube, just go to the panel room in 15 minutes. Everybody's doing it. Everyone's making crazy cash on the YouTube. Head over there in 15 minutes. The panel room.
Also joining us, first time in, we have Cris the Girl from YouTube's Cris the Girl. And we have Tampa Jay from YouTube's Cris the Girl and from Tampa Jay. And you get a shirt with you there. What do we get on the shirt?
It's from
Poker Culture made you a shirt. What is your why?
Yeah.
What's your why? And let me ask you guys, really, what's your why?
Why not?
That's very deep.
Think about it.
Mine is
Yeah.
Mine is money, apparently, because if you do YouTube,
Millions.
you're making
Absolutely.
dollars.
Rolling in the grave.
All right. What time is it? Ready?
Two? Yeah, is it 2?
It's 2:05.
2:05, we're late, okay. All right, well, welcome to the YouTube panel. I believe I decided to call this after an Indiana Jones line, Fortune and Glory, how to make a bajillion dollars on YouTube. I'm sure all these guys up here are just rolling in it, right? You guys are doing great.
I have no money.
Combined, these made dozens of dollars.
I thought this was how to settle my school debt.
That's coming at 3 o'clock.
Then coming this winter season, I'm starting a new series called Eulogies, but spelled Y-O-U-L-E. And it's going to be about dead people that had an impact on my Christmases. So that's going to be a new series. I think the internet's ready for it.
this.
We're halfway there. All right, we are looking for finalist number 3. You know what that means? I will keep you here all night if you don't all do this. Arms in the air. Louder.
Greg, you're not doing it. Ooh, wow.
I have returned, Tony, with the mysterious ticket of doom. Let us sacrifice 3, 5, 5, 0, 8, 9.
Is that you, Steve Moritz? Oh, it could be you.
089, right? Right thumb?
If you are 089,
089.
draw attention to yourself now.
Unbelievable. I think they've left.
This just got awkward.
Thank you, Steve. Steve Moritz, everybody. It's going to be our third finalist. Swamp Thwomp. Do we have a challenger for Steve Moritz to go ahead to
I reach out to the deities from beyond and I summon our challenger number 3. Mega Lega High, Mega Heidi Ho.
Then you pick it on the side.
What the hell?
Oh my God! Tampa Jay!
Good evening, sir. What's your name and what are you doing?
My name is Tampa Jay, and I'm here to play a game.
Great. Awesome. You sound full of enthusiasm.
That's Greg's game room.
There he is, right over there, the security guard.
This is Freeplay Florida, sir.
Oh, Freeplay Florida. Oh, I was just in the game room studying Atari.
You look like you study Atari.
Wow. You have a very exciting life, don't you?
It's extremely exciting. I mean, everything about Jaguar right here.
It's about to get more exciting for you, sir, because guess what?
What's that?
You're going to compete. Freeplay Florida Pop Quiz. Please come up on stage. You were taking this really well for just a period out of random in this place.
This guy looks like he's going to fix my computer.
I already tried, but you broke it.
I'm just impressed that Swamp Thumb has a computer.
Did you try to restart it?
Amazing. I conjured an Apple IIe.
So, for the final, I think I've already set the final time. For the second final time.
It's never over.
This evening, we need to summon the Swamp Thwomp to tell us.
Does Swamp Thumb celebrate Christmas?
Swamp Thwomp is merry.
You seem married.
I am festive and full of glee.
Okay.
Okay, good. Please, for the love of God, humour me. Put your arms in the air. We need to summon the Swamp Thwomp for the final time.
Swamp Thwomp has a didgeridoo. I guess I'm Australian now or something. Tony, Merry Christmas, my friend.
Thank you very much.
What did you buy me?
Wow. I bought you some beef jerky.
Yes, strings of meat.
Yep.
That's exactly what you were going for, right?
Right.
Swamp Thumb, question for you, buddy.
Yes.
I'm thinking we need to finish with like a bang. And I'm thinking maybe you can summon somebody who everybody in the audience knows to really get the 4 last competitors excited for this last challenge.
I may have something in my back pocket.
Okay.
It's time for me to go to a fellow festive deity.
A festive deity? I'm like
one that comes to your house on Christmas Eve to eat your cookies, to to drink your milk
Art the
and
Cloud.
to go through your socks. Oh, I know this guy. I'm super stoked. You know the man in the big red hat. Ooh. I summon you! Come on out! Now, wait a... What? My gosh, this is not who I expected. Santa, are you coming from the North Pole?
I left Santa behind guarding the gate, and we are here from Outworld.
Oh, okay. This Santa will punch you in the crotch.
Jingle balls, jingle balls.
Well, good morning, folks. Good morning from Bedknap and the Duke in the morning. Good morning to you all. It is Sunday here at Freeplay Florida. This is the last day of the convention. We are, as a group, collectively sleepy. This entire event went till a little after midnight last night with an after party that I did not attend because I was busy undoing the last panel we did with that giant swamp thing, tearing that down and helping load it out and all that kind of stuff. So I missed most of the after party, but that's okay. If you know me, you know that I like to sleep early. So, but we're back here for one last day. I want to kind of show you. This is a much calmer day. Case in point, if you remember last night, things were a little bit busier. A lot of people walking around. There are still some people here today, but it is definitely much more low-key.
And I am burdened with glorious purpose.
And so, from the very last day of Freeplay Florida, as things are starting to wrap up just a little bit, I'd like to say thank you for joining us. I am getting ready to hit the road, but if you haven't done so already, I certainly would appreciate if you'd reach down below and tickle that subscribe button, maybe flick the thumbs up a little bit, and hey, if you haven't done so already, I hope you'll join us again next time when we do just a little exploring.
Okay, so
Some things don't need an introduction.
it was going right back. And so, and then I'm watching these guys on screen. It's like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm not doing Ninja Turtles. And then for Mortal Kombat, these guys did Mortal Kombat. I'm not.